Good evening. My name is Pepper, and I'm speaking as a concerned citizen of this community to demand that Pensacola Police Department and in their contract with Flock. For anyone in the room unaware of what Flock cameras are, they are AI-powered surveillance systems. They are automated plate readers that track our day-to-day movements before storing them in a database. These cameras are marketed to police departments as crime reduction, but they are really privatized surveillance without a warrant. They not only track people's license plates, but sometimes erroneously, but also things like people's bumper stickers and information about their cars. Flock cameras have made mistakes disrupting people's lives unnecessarily. It's concerning, particularly in this current climate, that Flock cameras share data with ICE at a time when American citizens are being kidnapped in the streets and then given no due process. ICE have violated at least 96 court orders in Minnesota, so it's questionable at best that they would legally use information gathered from Flock cameras. The people of this community don't need, nor did they ask for this level of surveillance. We demand that you take down all Flock cameras and immediately terminate our police department's contract with this company. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Sherry Myers.
I'm going to try to be very calm when I speak to you tonight. I have been watching the Buddhist monk walk for peace, and I have been writing down every day, starting out, this is going to be my peaceful day, and nobody can mess it up but me. So, what I'm down here about is the Children's Trust Fund and my concerns about accountability. As you know, I was here the last time and talked about my own personal childhood. And so my mother is the kind of person who needs affordable and accountable child care because she did not get it for her children when she was working. And as a result, I was very traumatized, and I still suffer from a lot of anxiety and trauma relating to what happened to me when I was a child. That was what motivated me to happily support the resolution asking that the county allow the public to vote on taxing to collect money for the Children's Trust Fund. But it does concern me that the CRA, and I'm not going to let this issue run my peaceful day. But I do not want the CRA to have that money, whether it's the CRA in the city or the CRA in the county. Had I known that when I sponsored that, I would have said, oh no, and I'm not going to let this upset me because I've already committed to having a peaceful day today. And only I can really mess it up. So I have to control how I react to things. So I'm reacting peacefully and calmly and just saying that the CRA, which I served on for 12 years, I know where that money is going to go. All you have to do is look at Reimagine Palafox. And so I would just like to say in closing, May you and all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Thank you.
Good advice. Thank you, Ms. Myers. Next is Sarah Brummett.
Good evening, City Council. My name is Sarah Brummett. I'm here tonight once again to ask that the City of Pensacola move to terminate its contract with Flock, the mass surveillance technology that has recently been implemented in the city on our dime, but without our knowledge or consent. I know that some of you, not all of you, but some, believe that those of us here who are advocating for the interest of the taxpayers, the city residents, and the regular working class folks in this community are just simply ideologues, but actually we're your constituents. And we're here making a popular demand that unites a lot of types of people with a wide range of perspectives, including Republicans, Democrats, independents, libertarians, socialists, apolitical people, people of all stripes, not any single ideology or belief. So you aren't going to be able to dismiss or minimize our demands on that basis. You aren't going to be able to stop a movement on that basis. We live here, we work here, and we pay you to represent us. So we are here asking for our interests to be represented in what is really just common sense stuff. Since I was very young, a young teenager, government surveillance and privacy rights have been a consistent point of pushback from the general public across all spectrums. The threats to our privacy and civil liberties have continued to encroach on our daily lives year after year. Flock technology is like the ultimate culmination of that encroachment. We don't want to live in a police state. Other communities have ousted Flock, and we can do it too. And we, the community members who are united across all ideologies on this point, will continue to mobilize and organize, and will continue to be here until the city takes action on Flock. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brummett. Next speaker is Chanson Brummett.
Hello, my name is Chanson Brummett. I am a city resident and a homeowner. I'm here to ask you again to end the contract with Flock. I think that now y'all have heard pretty much, all of the details about Flock, so I don't need to get into that. But I do want to say that unlike anything that I've seen from most of you sitting up here, I'm a part of organizations who do a lot of outreach. We knock on doors, we have our doors open all of the time, and we purposely create ways to engage with our community. And I'm yet to meet a single person who agrees with this contract, not a single person. Matter of fact, I would love to hear stories about people in your districts that you have talked to, the doors that you have knocked on, where have you heard these stories about people who agree with this. I would love to hear them. I would love to sit down and talk to you about those stories if you have any. I'm here not just speaking for myself, I'm here speaking for my family, for my friends, and for my community to say that we need to end this contract with Flock. It has been done other places, and if y'all are sitting up here because you care about your community and you're here because you want to do what's right for your community, then you will do the same thing. You will end this contract with Flock. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brummett. Our next speaker is Cullen.
Good evening. My name is Cullen, and I'm a Pensacola resident. I'm here today to demand once again, like several people before me, to terminate the contract with Flock. We have seen when there is no pushback on these kinds of entities in our cities that they can and escalate their tactics. So Flock is actually one of ICE's top 10 collaborators, and they actually also just signed a contract with Amazon Ring. So now ICE not only has access to where you're going and your license plates, but they have access to your faces, your likenesses, where you're going, what you're doing. And I'm sure everybody saw that Super Bowl ad where you can now look for your dog using the keywords, and I'm pretty sure they're not just going to be using it to look for your dogs. And on the topic of escalating tactics, I do want to call to mention the names of the 9 people that have been murdered by ICE since the beginning of this year. You've only heard maybe 1 or 2 mentioned in the news, but more have been killed in detention facilities. Geraldo Lunos Campos, Luis Gustavo Nunez Caceres, Luis Beltran Yanes Cruz, Parity Law, Victor Manuel Diaz, Heber Sanchez Dominguez, Keith Porter, Renee Nicole Good, and Alex Preddy have all been murdered by ICE in some capacity, whether it be a detention facility or in our streets. And I bring up these points because there has been an uptick in ICE presence in the city of Pensacola. We keep tabs on social media, and I feel like I get more and more pings during the week that there has been an ICE sighting here or there, or wherever around town. And I refuse to let citizens be added to that list that live in our city. So terminate the flock contract. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Alfonso Girasol.
Hi, my name is Hiraso Alfonso. So I'm here, or we're back again to demand that you guys end the contract that the Pensacola Police Department has with Flock. There's going to be more of us speaking at the second forum. This is an issue we genuinely care about. We're not just ideologues, like Jared Moore called us last time we were here. We genuinely care about our people. These cameras have literally... So they're AI powered, right? And AI makes mistakes. That's just how it is. And in different states, like in Denver, Colorado, there was a woman that was falsely accused of package theft because she happened to drive by this location where there was a package theft. And these cameras clocked her. Then the police believed the cameras because, I mean, they just believed it as fact, and this woman was harassed by police at her doorstep. She had to fight this in court. This is something that could happen here in Pensacola as well with these cameras. These cameras cannot be trusted. Also, these cameras are used without a warrant. So police officers, can use these cameras as many times as they want. They don't have to put a justification for each search. And so there have been cases of police chiefs using this to stalk their ex-girlfriends, to stalk their ex-wives, right? Is that what we want in the city? I really don't think so. And like Sarah had said before, we have talked to people, a lot of people here in Pensacola have done outreach to try to get their thoughts on what they think about these cameras. And every single person that we have talked to, whether they are on the right, left, wherever they are on the political spectrum, disagree with these cameras. They don't want these cameras here. In fact, they are scared of them because of all the vulnerabilities that they have. So please, we're going to keep coming every single month until this contract ends. We know it's possible. Places like Colorado, if they haven't pulled it entirely, they have added data distribution restrictions. But places like Santa Cruz in California have pulled it. Other cities have pulled it. So you guys honestly just have no excuse to not listen to us. And I know a lot of you, or some of you, may not have even known that the police even made a contract with them. So, if it's something that you personally care about, please help us. Get on our side because this is a serious issue. Thank you.